Borderlands 4 on the Switch 2 is indefinitely delayed. Not a month, not a quarter, not a week from now, indefinitely, guys. And that's PR code for we have no idea how to make this game work on the Switch 2. This is brutal because when the Switch 2 was revealed, a lot of people, myself included, hoped that it would finally solve the original Switch's biggest issue, which is performance. It's underpowered. It's always struggled. It's the little engine that could, and gamers believed or wanted to believe that they could play major third party games at a stable 30 frames per second on their Switch 2, or maybe even at more frames per second. And Borderlands was supposed to be one of those proof of concept games. They were hyping it up. Oh, it was going to run great. It was going to be perfect. But instead, the game apparently barely runs on PlayStation 5. And there's nowhere in God's green earth where a Switch 2 at $500 could make that experience feel good. If the PlayStation 5 could barely run this game, what makes you think a Switch 2 is going to run it at all? So the plug essentially got pulled a couple of days ago. And of course, Randy Pitchford, his ever admirable damage control nonsense that he continually does, couldn't resist pouring gasoline on the Borderlands 4 fire. Instead of owning up to the problems, he essentially brushed it off, claiming the game was performing as intended and suggested that players just tweak their settings if they're playing on PC or even buy better GPUs. He tried to do that whole blame game that their gaming rigs weren't good enough. And this is the kind of arrogance that makes gamers furious. This is why I've been so hard on this game as well, because it tells us that the studio doesn't respect the community's feedback. The gamers that are buying your game are telling you, hey, it's struggling. Hey, it's not hitting the frame rates. Hey, it's crashing. And they're making every excuse in the book except holding themselves to accountability. They just want us to keep throwing money away at hardware. Like, hey, get a better PC instead of actually fixing the software. Why can't they just do their job and develop a game that actually works? It's literally the exact opposite of accountability. And they're not the only studio that's like this, guys. Gearbox is not the only studio is like this. Now, in regards to the game being indefinitely delayed on the Nintendo Switch 2, let's be fair. Nintendo did the right thing here. They issued automatic refunds for Switch 2 pre-orders. So good on them. If you were looking forward to this game, you had it pre-ordered, you got your refund. That's a rare bit of consumer protection that we're seeing in the industry, especially from Nintendo as of late. Seems like they've been doing a lot of stuff messed up. But honestly, nobody should have been pre-ordering this game in the first place. There was so many red flags leading up to it, and we've said it 1,000 times. Stop giving publishers free money for products that don't exist yet. I used to pre-order stuff back in the day, about 20 years ago. Now I don't even bother because most games that come out day one don't work. If fans don't lock themselves in, Gearbox wouldn't have had this luxury of taking their time while still cashing in on it. Essentially, they already had your money. They didn't have to take time to actually make sure they had a good product because they already made your money, guys. And the fan reaction to this has been brutal. If you're looking on the forums, if you're looking on social media, people are roasting both Gearbox and Nintendo, saying that the Switch 2 would melt to, I guess, run Borderlands 4. That just trying to run Borderlands 4, the Switch 2 would melt. And others are sharing clips where the game drops to 10 frames per second on their PCs. We even saw on Conan when he was playing Clueless Gamer, the game crashed. This isn't the showcase that Nintendo needed for its new hardware. Granted, it's not a PC. If it can't run on high-end PCs, I mean, I'm very interested to see how bad this game was performing on a Switch 2 if they had to indefinitely delay it. This had to have been bad, guys. So why should we care, right? Why should you care if you're not a Borderlands fan? Let's pretend you're like, oh, I had no interest in that game anywhere. That doesn't bother me that it's delayed. Well, because this is the new normal in gaming, guys. Studios are over-promising, they're under-delivering, and when things break, they blame the hardware. Or even worse, they blame you. They blame the consumer for it. We saw it with Cyberpunk 2077. Remember all of that at launch? We saw it with Redfall. Remember that? Now we're seeing it again with Borderlands 4. And the scary part is companies are going to keep getting away with it if enough fans buy in regardless. If enough fans continue to purchase these types of games and support AAA slop, we're screwed. So if we don't start holding these studios accountable by waiting on reviews, demanding refunds, refusing to pre-order, this cycle is never going to end. It's the never-ending cycle of AAA slop, guys. And Borderlands fans, I got to ask you guys, and this is a serious question. I'm not even trying to clown on you guys, but how many more L's can this franchise take? How many more L's can Borderlands take as a franchise? Can somebody seriously answer that to me? Borderlands 4 was supposed to be the big comeback, guys. It was a next-gen looter shooter that was going to finally bring the series back into the spotlight. But instead, it's literally turning into one of the biggest embarrassments we've seen in years. In years, guys. And delaying it on the Switch 2 was another nail in the coffin. It running terribly across all the platforms was another nail in the coffin. And now it's just been a PR disaster for Randy Pitchford on social media. If you've seen his meltdowns throughout the last few weeks or so, it's not been a good look for Randy or Gearbox. It's a PR disaster. It's literally a PR disaster at this point. But here's the real question, guys. Why does this keep happening? Why does it keep happening? And again, why should you care? I mean, dude, because it's not just one studio that's doing this. Stick with me, guys. This mess with Borderlands 4 isn't just about one game. It's about a pattern that's literally killing consumer trust across the entire gaming industry. It's getting bad, and it's getting ridiculous to a point where it's just nonstop. I can't I can't even fathom the state of gaming at this point. Somebody save us. Silksong did great. Expedition 33 did great. Nintendo's still doing pretty decent with their first party titles. All $80 video games aside, somebody has to save us, guys. Let's be real when we're talking about this. It's not just Randy Pitchford, like I said. It's not just Gearbox. It's not even just Borderlands. It's an industry that's literally testing how far they can push us before we push back, before we get mad. Anyways, let me know what you guys think, okay? Were you one of those that pre-ordered Borderlands 4 on Switch 2? Were you looking forward to playing this game? I'm telling you right now, that wasn't my console of choice to play Borderlands 4. I was going to go PlayStation. Do you think the Switch 2 can even realistically handle games like this? It's still unproven as far as the console goes. We're going into October. It's still completely unproven. There's a few games here or there that run okay, but just running okay is not enough, okay? People were glazing Star Wars Outlaws like it was running excellent. There was still a lot of problems and a lot of bugs with that game. Borderlands 4 was going to be much more technically advanced than Star Wars Outlaws. I just think Nintendo is having trouble keeping up with modern AAA titles, and we're going to see it within the next year or two for sure. Drop your thoughts below, guys. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. I'm going to read every comment. And hit that subscribe button if you want more videos like this. We're going to have a lot more gaming topics and news and just talking head videos like this. I'm on the road to 96,000 subscribers, so I appreciate if you guys throw a sub. I'll see you on the next video, guys. Thank you for watching as always. Take care.